currently in Clydach Gorge. Not sure if I get the pronunciation of that right, and whether you can even hear me over the water. This is an absolutely stunning location. The Clydach or Clydach Gorge Ironworks. I did have a little wander through the tunnel system. I'll put some pictures in. Stopped off for a pint at the Towpath Inn. Beautiful little place on the canal. The whole row of narrow boats. And the sun's shining. After a quick recce and a pint, we stopped off at the Horseshoe Inn. Beautiful little country pub, and checked in for the night. Very nice little place. Quaint, quiet and very cosy. Went down to the restaurant for some Jamaican style food, where I enjoyed a lovely king prawn curry, and my partner had the curried goat. Food was on point. Finished the night off with a fine cigar and a nice glass of whiskey, and then we turned in for the night. Woke up to a stunning sunrise and the mist lifting from the valleys as we made our way into the local town to stop off for some breakfast at Latte Dar. Then I headed back to Clydach or Clydach Gorge to meet up with my friend Dave for a second day of exploring and trekking around the trails. So I'm currently standing in what would have been one of the furnaces at one point in time, and then obviously I believe these would be like airflow through the back. And this would have been a chimney. You can still see some of the charring, some of the black marks from where the smoke would have been venting upwards. Looks like it. Ooh, I'm on my foot. I think people have made it into like a little place to sit. It's a tight squeeze. Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to get through there with my bag on my back. And there's Dave. Made it through. That was very tight, but yeah, just about squeezed through there. Massive hole. Just taking one of the trails down towards Clydach or Clydach Gorge, leading on from the Ironworks. Some lovely scenery. Heading towards a waterfall. Just stopped and spoke to one of the locals, and we asked where the gorge was, to which his response was, "You're in it," which he wasn't wrong. Narrow little path that we're on. And this money tree, I say we, Dave spotted it, So I'm going to make my little addition. I'm going to try and sink a 5p in, using the only thing I've got close to a hammer, which is a multi-tool.
It's not hammer. It's not hammering enough.
Oh, I've just found a rock.
Ah, that'll probably do.
That'll probably do
You
better.
can hit it a bit harder on it.
I may go into the crack.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, done. Just put it in that bit there.
There we go.
That's better. That's better. There we go. Hey, it's done.
That's my addition.
Nice.
Make a wish now, right?
That's it, and it'll definitely come true. There we go.
You can probably hear the sound of rushing water. We have found the waterfall. I managed to make my way down this little route here. Absolutely stunning. Not sure whether you can hear me over the waterfall. This place is absolutely beautiful. Of course, I wouldn't recommend that you try this yourselves at home. Mostly because you don't have a waterfall like this at home. But of course, be cautious when you're out doing these kind of things. Be sensible, be smart about it. Curiosity killed the cat, right? But I couldn't help it. We had to come down here, just have a look from this point.
Like one thing, isn't it? Like the valley side.
Well, proceed with caution. Continuing along this narrow little path alongside the waterfall. We'll see how far we can get. Just saw another guy on his travels, and he said this does lead up to Devil's Bridge, but it's not the easiest way to get to it. But we're going to have a go, see how far we can get anyway. It's where half the fun is in the adventure, right? A little bit of a tight squeeze. Oh. This is the next bit to try and ascend. So I'll put the camera away for this, and if I don't fall to my death, I'll record when I get to the top. So there's a little foothold just there, Dave.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's this dry stone, is like a handhold. That's fairly sturdy. Yeah, it's fairly sturdy. I did give it a good tug.
Solid.
I kind of stepped around that, but you can go underneath it perhaps. Bit of a slippery path up. Probably about halfway at this point. So turn back on yourself. And try and go a little bit further up, get out of your way. He's up.
Okay, got it. Still got this bit to do. Yeah, I think the main path's just up there.
We'll carry on through there. I said about halfway. I think this is probably the halfway point.
I think so, yeah.
There's a big tree that's come down there. Humongous. So we've made our way up right from the very bottom. I'm not sure you can see it through the trees. It's quite steep. Yeah. Doing a little stint, stop for a quick rest, shake off the lactic acid build up in the legs, and then another little push onward and upwards. And I believe the path we're heading for is just here in this opening. Fingers crossed at least.
It's a very big cliff.
Easy. You good? Nice. That's a long way up because you can just see kind of the trees that were at the bottom down there, and
Yeah, way higher than
the motorway across there. Well, we've made it to the top, back to a path, and time for a well-earned break, I think. Probably a good place to make a cup of tea. Some nice little look. Just here we could make a little seat out of. Not bad. Blowing.
Where's the river? How do you see it?
All the way down there.
Yeah. And then they're going away from it. Hey, what's the big cliff? Left side.
Nice. What a beautiful view.
This is it.
Made our way up to what I believe is one of the old railway bridges. Then Dave just noticed this brickwork in the cliff. Perhaps the cliff is fake. Maybe it's all made of brick and it's just a facade. We're living in a simulation. There's the proof, folks. But it is an absolutely glorious day. Look at that sun beating down on us. I think we need to make our way up here, up onto the pathway there, and then back along the top of the bridge. We were trying to head our way towards Devil's Bridge, but we bumped into another chap that was out walking, doing some photography. And he said it is possible, but it's extremely difficult to get to it from this way. And the easiest way to get there is to drive and hit it from the other side. But we thought we'd have a go at it. It's been a bit of an adventure anyway. All good fun. Slight change of plan. We're going to head down to where we can hear some water down here. That sounds like a waterfall along here somewhere. Go and see what's what. We are carefully making our way down over all of this loose rock. Dave made a good point of we can always go and check it out because we've only got to walk back up once. Like I say, don't try this at home on the rock piles that you have in your living room. We've taken slightly different routes. I come down this part, which was steep and fast and dangerous. Dave took the not so steep, not so fast, not so dangerous route. Probably should have followed him really. Made it down to the bottom to where we could hear the water running. Oh, fall over, got my head hooked in a branch. There's a small stream here and there's one just the other side of it as well, sort of two side by side. There's a bag of compost, some old oil drums over the back, found a football and a car tyre on the way down, which is unfortunate, but not a lot I can do to take it out of here. Now I'll make our way back up to just there, this one in the middle. Not too far up. Actually, you can see the edge of the path is just there, where this brickwork is. My giant fingertip and horrendous camera skills. Amongst all of this rock pile, there are things like this, which is slag. Yeah, slag. I think is what they. It's what it is actually. Which is like burnt up coke and coal from the old furnaces. And Dave's found a
loads of little quartz. Not big
rock
quartz,
full of quartz.
loads of little quartz.
Quartz quarters.
Yeah.
Another little discovery of some fossilised snail shells. Very cool. Not much further. Just to prop my bottle under there. Got a little bit damp in the process. It's been in there probably only about 20 seconds so far, and it's about a quarter of the way full. So maybe a minute or so, I'll have a bottle full of hopefully fresh water. I'll give it a little taste, see how it is. So my bottle filled, took about a minute. It tastes pretty good. That's where Evian comes from. We're going to go check that out in a moment and see what's inside. My light on? Yep, got a light on, let's go. How far do we go?
Still a next shot. Okay. Hello!
I mean, I can't see anything on the camera. I'm not sure this torch is doing anything.
And the next shot's really good.
Oh God, that's deep.
There's a fork in the tunnel that you never noticed.
Obviously you can see Dave because he's only like 6 feet from me. But it is pitch black.
Shall we keep going? You can see daylight. Keep going.
I feel like there's an element of daylight ahead of us.
I don't know. I think it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, maybe.
The light shining up in the corridor.
I mean, look back the way we came from. It's pitch black. We can't even see the entrance now. Can't even see me. Oh no! And there's daylight. Very wet underfoot. But it's an open access, so I can only assume that it does lead through to somewhere. And there's daylight again. So we're coming through this deep dark cave.
That was actually really cool.
And we found the other side.
I bet the other side's just become unstable or something's collapsing. Hey, what's this?
Yeah, one of the entrances was bricked up as
in there.
Peregrine.
Air quality unknown.
Okay.
They've left that so maybe.
Yeah, so you can get grabbed by the critters that live within.
Just take a photo so it snatches your phone.
Almost reached the exit of this tunnel. As you can see, it's become more and more light now. Dave's still got his torch on behind me in the distance. Creatures emerging from the dark. That looks so irony. So orange. It's all brick as well.
Yeah.
It's the remains of an old cottage.
You see all the old soot in there. That is well smart.
I mean, I'm sure that's rusted solid. That's really cool. Yeah. So that's the broken rocks that we were walking down earlier, down to the little stream that I can just hear down below us. Down here somewhere. And through the trees there is the railway bridge that we were at. So we've looped around and we're now back at the start of the deep dark tunnel. Woo! Short trek now back to the car, sticking to the path, and then homeward bound.
And then Tucker went like that long ago, and it can still climb. Well, it definitely still climb, but nowhere near as good as it used to be. Not even close.
So you wouldn't fancy having a go at it?
No, not this. No, I wouldn't be able to. It's too much.
Not even with that new set of nuts that I gave you?
No, not something like this. No. Nuts will definitely get used. A place called Birchen Edge.
Climbing nuts, that is. So at that point in the day, I ran out of memory on my phone. I'd been recording everything during the day using just my phone alone, and didn't bother taking out the GoPro. Needless to say, I'm a little bit out of practice, but hopefully I'll be back soon with a few more adventures. But as always, thanks for joining me on this one, and I hope to see you again on the next one.
Hey, we're in a tunnel.
Dirty slag.